You've probably noticed this too. Some people leave you feeling light and others leave you feeling drained. It's not just in your head. Science says that environment and relationship actually shape our emotions. But what does that really mean? And how do we deal with people and negative people in everyday life? So our mood isn't isolated. Research shows that people can influence the emotional states, the emotional being, the mood of those around them. In psychology, we can also call this the affective presence. What does this mean? It means that certain individuals tend to evoke the same mood, the same emotional reaction in people around them, and they don't even try. So it's something they do unconsciously, but they repeat it with different people. This isn't just anecdotal. Studies on social media interactions show that negative comments and emotional expressions increase anxiety and unpleasant moods in the people that are exposed to them. It's like emotional gravity, if you think about it. It's something that exists, it's something that is there, but we don't always choose it. We don't always recognize it. We just feel it. So it's something that we are exposed to, and we need to be aware of that. So it's not just people. When we talk about environments, we are talking about people, but also real places, physical places. So more general, not just one person, but a group of people can also shape our emotional experience. So, for example, unpleasant spaces increase emotional intensity and stress responses. If you think about it, when we are put in a room that we don't feel we belong in, or maybe we start feeling distressed, we start feeling that the vibe is kind of off, that is putting us in a lot of stress. So in general, unpleasant spaces and spaces where we don't feel at ease make us more stressed, and obviously that has a great impact on our health. And there are a lot of studies on that. I will link the studies and the researches down in the description, so if you're curious about them, you can go and read them. It's very interesting to know like the scientific aspect, the scientific side of everything that is going on in our relationships, in our social context, and also in our mind. So your space and the people in it is part of how your brain is wired to feel. So if you want to change how you feel and how you are in your daily life, change your space. And if you change your space, also your brain starts to wire in a different way. It starts to adapt to a new comfort, or maybe to a new situation that is more comfortable for you, where you feel at ease. And your brain doesn't have to be so stressed trying to, cope with all those situations that make you uncomfortable and make you more stressed and make you more, not at ease. So how to deal with those negative people? The first step is recognizing the pattern. So we have to specify this, because not everyone who's having a tough day is considered toxic. Okay, we are using the word toxic too much nowadays. Okay, so if someone is just telling you a day or something bad happened or whatever, okay, if in a relationship, that is normal. Okay, it's different when someone is projecting onto you all their burdens, all their frustration, or repeatedly pulls your energy down. Then it's okay to notice how you feel after interacting with them. Okay, we are all allowed to simply tell our stories or tell our misfortunes, or if something bad happens, we are obviously going to tell someone. whether it's a friend, a family member, and that's totally normal. I'm talking about someone who constantly pulls your energy down, who constantly brings you down, and when you leave, you feel sad, you feel tired, you feel you have no energy, you're completely, empty of energy, and you just want to sleep. Okay, that's a great indicator of people that are actually pulling your energy down and not allowing you to have more energy and to be energized after the interaction. So the second step is setting boundaries. You don't have to cut off people completely, Sometimes it's necessary and it's sufficient to limit the amount of emotional energy that you give. And this is a form of protection, okay? Sometimes you understand that it's important to cut the person off, and that is personal, that is up to you, and it depends on the situation. But many times, what you need to do is simply setting more boundaries. And if you're a people pleaser like me, that is very difficult to do, and we are working on that, okay? So just work on yourself in order for you to have happier, healthier relationships and interactions with the world. The third step is protecting your environment. As we said, when I talk about environment, I'm not only talking about people, but groups, but all those spaces where there are a lot of people, and your emotional climate matters. So if it's possible, spend more time around people who uplift you and who calm you, or environments that make you feel at peace, make you feel at ease. As I already said, that is very important. And notice those people who make you laugh, who make you feel calmer, who calm your nervous system. Okay? Your nervous system is like a bomb, And when you put too much stuff inside of your mind space, then you're going to explode. And the people that are able to calm you down, to calm your nervous system are gold. Okay? And very often we get triggered, we get anxious when we have interactions. And so look for that. Look for those people who calm you down, who allow your brain, allow your nervous system to unwind, to be relaxed, and not to feel triggered and explode eventually. And the last step is internal check-ins. So notice how your body feels after interactions. I'm not only talking about emotional check-ins. So we should be able to analyze our emotions, how we feel, and how we react to people and to situations and to what other people tell us, okay? But also physically, our body says a lot. You feel it in your body. And if your body feels off, if your body feels like you want to go away, you want to escape, that's a great signal. That means that probably in that situation, in that relationship, in that friendship, in that environment, you don't feel like yourself, you don't feel at ease, you don't feel like you are sure, like you are safe. And so probably you want to escape, okay? This can happen also in situations that are out of your comfort zone. So learn to differentiate between those situations that are bad for you and actually bringing you down, pulling your energy down, and those situations that are actually allowing you to overcome your comfort zone and your limits. Because your body can't really tell the difference sometimes, and you need to teach it how to do it. But yeah, I usually feel and follow my gut instinct, my gut feeling, and that never fails me. Like, I always feel right when I don't feel right in a, I don't know, relationship, when I don't feel right in a situation. I really feel it in my body first. To wrap this video up, We are shaped by what we expose ourselves to, so physically, emotionally, mentally, socially, okay? And that's why it's our responsibility to understand what's for us and what's not for us, and what serves us and what instead brings us down. So be very careful when you are in the world, when you are out there and interacting with people. Be aware of what's happening in the room, what's happening, like the social interactions, everything that is said even without words, everything that you perceive even without words, all those things, all that information that is communicated above words, and that is very important, and that allows you to leave the room feeling good or feeling very bad or feeling drained or feeling anxious or stressed or angry. Okay, if you choose yourself first, you choose a life that supports your well-being, not being arrogant, not being superior, not being self-centered, but looking for what actually serves you in this reality, in this society, and leaving out what's not for you and what makes you feel burned out, what makes you feel drained. Science shows that people have a measurable emotional impact on us, and we have to act on it. We have to take it away and really understand what it means, that interactions can change our experience of reality, our life. And that's why it's very important to have emotional hygiene, to have mental hygiene, and to protect ourselves from negativity. And if you're actually doing all those steps, you realize that you will feel lighter, you feel better, and you'll have better connection, better interactions with other people too. So let me know if this video was helpful, or comment your experience, and see you soon.